Folks, yes, I do realize it is 7 o'clock p.m. and I just got home 15 minutes ago. I have had a horrific day with plenty of mints. So, I need some tonic water because I'm not feeling good now. I've driven about 400 miles, and I'll explain why. A little over 400 miles. And, of course, I got my water cup given to me by my good friend Pugman. Y'all be sure to thank Pugman. So, as you guys know, the great one has to have his doctor's appointment there. Annual routine exam, folks. Except I was unaware of the things I had, so after they checked the heads, knees, shoulders, and toes, apparently I had a couple of missed things. Number one, I had not got the shingle shot. I had one more left to go, which I went ahead and got, and my arm is hoiting because it's a big long needle. And yes, I think Bravo got back his videos, so we will check it out. What's up, Quick Pump? What's up, Ryan? So, yes, I also got anal probing too, folks, because apparently they needed some skin cells to scrape for anal cancer. So they took a big swab. They took 2 swabs. Just shoved it right up my ass. Up to the colon. 10 inches. I took 10 inches of cotton swab. Twice. 2 times. Count them. 2. Be like the count on Sesame Street. 1, 2. I took 2. Well, they had gloves on. Then, urinalysis test. Then they took a whole bunch of blood. Now, folks, that was the easy part. So, me stepdad has been fighting to get his license over a year. He has had attorneys. He has talked to people and stuff to no avail. So the great one decided to finally get involved. See, normally I don't go and mess with old folks' business, you know what I mean? He had a lawyer, you know. I don't know whether she was a snow roach or moon cricket or so forth, but, you know, lawyers, they're supposed to take care of things like that. I went ahead and looked over the paperwork because it was Ian had his license since January 25th. When I looked at the paperwork, the great one realized this paperwork is worthless. And then I figured, did you get into any car accidents in the past couple of years? He's like, no. You sure? Yeah. Okay, we'll see. So I told him to get in the car. And we drove from North Carolina to South Carolina, DMV. Closest one, White Horse Road. That was the sound of a horse. So we went in. I told him, Dad, shut up and let me do the talking. He's like, do I want to pay? No paperwork. Give me your license. So I got up to the window. Talked to the lady, a soul sister. And I'm like, look, could you please check his record to see if there's any moving violations? She goes and gets on the computer. She's like, you know what, great one? Well, she said, you know what, sir? Yes, he got into a car accident in 2013. And he never paid the fine. The great one said, how much is the fine? It's $100. $100? You mean tell me his license been held up over $100? So the great one pulled out his Amex Platinum. And the lady said, no. I'm sorry. We don't accept Amex. I'm like, okay. So I pulled out my Wells Fargo Visa card. All right? Don't leave the fuck home without it. And I went and paid his fine. And took the suspension off. And then I got him back in the car and drove all the way back to North Carolina. And as soon as I hit the border of North Carolina, I went to Hendersonville, DMV. You want to know why, folks? If I went to Asheville, DMV, it's all crowded and everything. And here's a tip for you people. If you don't want to wait in the DMV all day, go to some bumfuck town to get your paperwork. It's a state DMV. It's easy to get. It's a lot. You'll be in and out quick. So we was in. Then I paid for his $32 for his license. They had him look at a screen, make sure his address was okay, and he got his license. So I drove him all the way back home because he didn't have no car. And then I drove all the way back to South Carolina. You know why? Because the great one's a good stepson. I don't know how much he paid that lawyer. But remember, folks, one thing is for sure. Lawyers ain't shit. All it needed was one call. One call. And the whole situation would have been solved. Now, I had to drive 400 miles because I went to Asheville, back to South Carolina, and back to North Carolina, and then back again. I will tell you this right now. I am indeed a good stepson. So, they printed him out a temporary license. He will get his hard copy in 4 days. Then I had him pick up some food at Wendy's. He was hungry. 80 years old, but he could still eat like a horse. And dropped him back off. And that, folks, is the sum of my day. And here we are now, 7:09 p.m. You guys have been serenaded with my story. And, folks, we got a lot of mints. Did y'all hear what happened to John Bravo? John Bravo puts out a superior hit piece on Wes Watson. And Wes Watson started filing these copyright claims and all this other stuff. But it's back now. And, of course, we got some Frank Tufano mints. So, all of that and so much more on Happy Hour. And if you guys are asking me if I'm going out, no. I've already been out. I've been out all day. I've been up since 5:45 in the morning. I left the house at 6:45. No, I didn't have time. Vince should have shucked the shingles out with teeth since it's a... You know, the reason why I had to have the shingle shots is because I had chicken pox when I was a kid. I did not know that. And honestly, you see, back in my day, they used to have what was called chicken pox parties and measles parties, where if a kid got sick, all the other kids, including the great one, was shoved in with them to play. And then that way we would get sick with chicken pox too, and with measles. The only exception was when I got German measles for making out with that girl. You know, and I thought that I couldn't get German measles because I wasn't German. And I was wrong! Wrong! Black person can get German measles. How about that? Ugh. And I know why I call it, now I know, and honestly, folks, I do now know why it was called German measles. Because I was burning up like a Jew in an oven. I'll tell you that right now. I was burning up. I mean, my temperature was like 104 degrees almost, 103, 104. I was burning up like a Jew in an oven. I will that I now know why it's called German measles. I'm not trying to make light of things, but man, that was horrible. Thoughts on Cuban checking in on your live from an alt account? He's free to check in anytime. That's why it's called German measles, because you will burn up. Literally speaking, I felt like I was going to die. But we're going to start with the Frank Tufano mints. All right? We're going to start with that. And then we're going to move on to the Bravo video. Because Tufano, he has jumped off the deep end. It looks like a couple of bad things has happened to him. I'm so sorry.
A gag order to stop talking about it.
All this stuff happening to Whistling Diesel, I've had the same thing, but worse. They just issued the gag order outright, which is a violation of my freedom of speech. It's actually against the law. You cannot receive a gag order unless you are found guilty in court.
Yeah, you're wrong about that, dipshit.
And that's not what happened to me. After the default was filed, the judge just issued a gag order and said I can no longer say that this guy steals my research. Basically, everything that I was saying, which I thought was completely truthful and honest and just defending myself and my own work, the judge, this crooked judge, just does whatever he wants. But who's going to police these judges? The higher court? I have filed multiple appeals, and there's really something to say about how power-hungry and demonic some of these people are.
You created an entire website with his name on it there. And you said that he had messed with children and stuff like that. I mean, seriously, Frank. And, of course, these are my favorite ones. Check this out.
I am so exhausted with these chargebacks, and sometimes these customers are so ridiculous, it drives me absolutely insane. These lunatics emailed me telling me the eggs should last 6 months and that they were filing a chargeback because their eggs that they ordered in October were now going moldy and going bad in December. Do I have to sell magic eggs? Do I have to feed my chickens nuggets of gold so that the shell of the egg is golden and they last forever? What is wrong with these people, dude? Literally sending serious emails saying, oh, the eggs should last at least 2 to 3 months, possibly up to 6. Yeah, who told you that? The crack addict on the corner you're sharing your eggs with? What? I'm so sick of these chargebacks, dude. I'm so sick of this. I'm losing my mind.
Well, he does have a point, but we don't know. I mean, I think there's more to the story. But did you notice that he went and published the guy's name and stuff? I mean, oh boy.
So this is a comment about someone who had a rhinoplasty, and then the doctors actually started attacking her, saying she was spreading hateful and fear-mongering statements about the doctor, which goes to show how deranged and crazy and psychopathic some of these doctors are. And if you think that's bad, the doctor that botched me filed a restraining order against me. How comical is that? How outrageous is that? I'm lying in bed, in pain, half blind, butchered by this guy, and he files a restraining order that he's afraid of me. I mean, the judge kind of tore him a new one, and he didn't get the restraining order, but it goes to show, how messed up can this doctor's thinking be that he believes he can do that, nuts. Completely.
Shut up, fool.
What about rhinoplasty? I have an insanely hooked nose. First, make sure you go to a good surgeon that has results you like and that is proven. I would look in Turkey. I haven't looked too much into rhinoplasties, but I know what not to get. They have a lot of messed up nostrils, stuff that's caved in like that, looks horrible. You don't really want to go much smaller than your original nose. So if you have a hook in your nose, just get rid of the hook. Don't go too crazy. Keep it as minimal as possible and natural as possible, unless you have like some crazy schnoz, where I know there was some poor girl on here that had a really crazy nose. I'm sure most of you guys saw her, and she did get a nose job, and I think they made it as small as they could. But be really careful about getting inward nostrils or like a smushed nose that is too small.
Oh boy. You know what, folks? That boy's got problems. Now, folks, for our feature presentation. So let's go ahead and get things up. Yeah, Wes Watson, I mean, literally speaking, it just makes this problem worse filing these phony complaints and stuff.
Is sitting there reporting non-stop 24/7.
Kali Muscle also did this to me for no reason. So, yeah.
To try to get all these accounts banned. This is crazy. How many times did he do it? What did he think? He's gonna run away from me? He should.
And folks, the thing about it is, if you do that too many times to too many accounts, YouTube and Instagram will end up banning you. So, Wes is probably going to get banned for all these attempts that's been made, so.
No better by now. You can't run away from me, you little bitch. So this asshole thinks he can get over something on everyone with all the sneaky shit he does. But his biggest mistake is he fucked with the wrong guy. Because if there's one person he can't get something over on, it's me.
So get this, Iggy. Do you understand what I look like from this angle? Like if someone's walking behind me. Do you understand how much her chick would cream her panties if she saw me walking in front of you guys? She'd be like, oh my god, I wish I could just knock my dude out and be in front of him. Come on, dog.
And now?
Calf's raw food is mostly generic. Oh, folks, by the way, I got some good news. I'm going to be approved, hopefully, for a higher dose of testosterone. Hopefully 100 milligrams a week. Yay. Which I desperately need because I'm still on a starter dose.
It's time to teach him a lesson, because we all know how much little Peggy deserves it. So people have been wondering, what's going on with that piece of shit? Because I haven't spoke about him in a while, and you guys know who I'm talking about when I say that, right? Peggy Watson, the original piece of shit. Well, a lot's been going on with him, so much in fact, I don't even want to know all the juicy details. I mean, come on, that name Peggy, that didn't come from nowhere. And as we all know, he's in the middle of 2 court cases, and he wants to do whatever he can to look better for the judge, including dirty things, slimy things behind the scenes to cover things up and shut people down. But as always, I caught the little bitch. And now, wait until I show you what that little bitch has been doing. So the last time we spoke about this asshole and we saw him, he was with the Island Fuckboys and Jack Epstein the shithead, and they all had their clothes off. They were doing things, and we all don't want to know what they were doing.
Yeah, if I'm never gonna get even in a gay at any type of gay soiree, we don't do stuff like this.
And then, you know, that was right after his ex Angie left him and he became a crazy stalker, calling her nonstop over and over, and which ended up him spiraling out of control, going back to his old habits. Well, that's the last time we spoke about him, and a lot has happened since. He's been spiraling further and further down that hole of partying, of sharmutas, of doing things that he's not supposed to be doing. And the thing that's ironic about all of it, remember how he's always like, you know, making fun of people for 10-inch arms and tits, right? Well, if you look at him now, take a look at him in this footage and photos.
Jesus Christ. Is that really him now?
Of people for 10-inch arms and tits, right? Well, if you look at him now, take a look at him in this footage and
What in the world has happened to him? Where's his muscle at? He literally has nothing. By God.
photos. Karma's a bitch, because if there's one person now who's got the 10-inch arms and tits, it's him, because he's turning into a little twink boy.
That's what you fucking saying. I mean, what do you like, San Diego, Vegas? I like Miami. I can't do San Diego anymore, so. To Vegas, go left. Or from Miami to Vegas, I can do Vegas right for.
Yeah, he's lost everything. I'm just curious. Wes Watson usually does videos with him showing his arms. Let's see when the last time he's done that.
Okay, you guys, people who make content.
Yeah, his
fine.
arms have
If you're
definitely
not trying
shrunk.
to help people in life, just go ahead and make.
Yeah, his arms have shrunk, actually. Definitely. The only reason why it looks somewhat like this is because it's close up to the screen, but it used to be a lot more pumped. Yeah, his arms have shrunk, literally. So, yeah, they've shrunk.
48 hours. I don't know how people even do it yet, but you're crazy.
But then I was thinking, you know, maybe he's doing that on purpose because he's going to be spending time in prison. Maybe he wants to be more attractive to the other inmates. But remember I was saying, you know, about the stalking Angie? You would think.
Yeah, I know. He hasn't put up anything. He's too busy partying.
It's been months that it would stop, right? But no, it's gotten worse. He's become like Jodi Arias. You guys remember that Sharmuta that killed her ex-boyfriend? That's what this fucker is becoming when I tell you this story. You remember his other ex-girlfriend, Gabby? The Sharmuta with those lips, right? The one that, you know, was an actual escort and we found her ad. Well, one of them, anyway, because we know he does this all the time. He thought it would be a good idea to take her, right? Rent a private jet, bring a couple of her friends, go to Vegas where now Angie lives, right? And she's working at the strip club over there, right? He thought it was a good idea to take them all, right? Go to Vegas. First start calling her phone nonstop like a psychopath again. Then, worse, show up at her strip club with them. And then wonder why they kicked him out.
So this is a new record. Oh, we know why. I didn't get to go in, Rhino, and I was already kicked out. I'm kicked out of Tootsie's. Hopefully we can reinstate that. I didn't even get to go in. I was already done. I've been there since before.
Well, of course not. There's only one reason why you're going there, and it's not to actually look at hookers, except for one. I don't think it's just an immune. I think raw food, I think he's just partying too much. That's what it is.
Listen, before I was locked up, I have not been there. I was already kicked out. Why did you...
Spearmint Rhino ain't paying that much right now, huh? Like, there's just nobody get lap dances. You only get a few bucks. Should've let me come in that night, because I spent a few bucks, kiddo.
So this asshole's doing everything he can to try to make Angie jealous, but she doesn't give a fuck. In fact, she's putting out a tell-all podcast soon. So wait until we see the stories that she has to tell, because we know she's got a ton of them.
You know, I haven't heard that term in quite some time. It's actually somewhat of a thing that came out of gay clubs, but yeah. Definitely partying with Tina, that's for sure.
She feed him every once in a while.
Well, she's hungry, huh?
She's a monster. You have to feed her every once in a while. Let's keep feeding.
They're hungry.
They're hungry too. They're hungry. Yeah, and still doesn't make any money. They never show the real part. I show the real parts. This is why everybody's so fake online. They don't show the real shit. They talk shit to you when you go to a strip club, but they work at one. Okay? They don't show you that. They're all fucking fake. But I'm still thriving, bitch. I gave more money out this weekend to simple bitches than that bitch will ever have in her fucking life. That's ever had in her account. So just check it out. Just check it out. Go be someone's side chick, you dumb bitch.
And you know something else that I noticed, because I saw this picture, someone sent me off Reddit of his shoes, right? Because while he was in that private jet sharmutaing around, right? If you look inside his shoe, notice something over here. Regular Chucks, okay? Let me show you this picture.
Yeah, and Chuck, I wear a lot of Converses, folks. Those must be some fake Chucks, because they're supposed to have a logo in there. So he has fake Chucks, obviously.
First, there's a logo inside. Now, if you look at the little bitches Chucks, notice there's no logo. And you know why? You know why there's no logo? Well, first, before I say why there's no logo, look at the laces. Notice the laces in this picture. You notice how they're always open on top, okay? Well, they sell these lifts that you put in your shoes to make you taller. And if you put them in, you can't fit your foot in. So the laces have to be undone. And that's why there's no logo inside those shoes. So this asshole, as we know, is so insecure, the little bitch with tits, right? He has to put lifts in his shoes to make himself taller, the little asshole.
Everyone is confused when I wear these on the first day of school. They add up 3 inches to your height. Tag your short friend who needs these.
Well, now, let's get to the real dirty shit that this guy's been doing to cover shit up for court. I mean, we all know there's thousands of videos online of this asshole spread.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's not going to get rid of everything, and those prosecutors already have all of his videos. They took John Bravo's video too, so yeah.
Everywhere, right, of him doing and saying stupid things. But there's a few channels, that have a lot more than others. And as we saw, I'm going to refresh your memory, we saw Mudpit's channel. He had dozens, countless, maybe hundreds of videos on Wes, right? Channel was taken down. And then after that, a week later, my channel was under attack. Reddit, mysteriously, is down. The main Reddit that has all those thousands of people that talk shit on this bitch all day and night. It was down, which is now back up. But then, a bigger one, and I'm not going to mention the name here because they're trying to clear out, the issues to try to get their account back. But you know me, I can get my hands on shit. And it turns out, this little asshole, okay, is sitting there reporting shit non-stop 24/7 to try to get all these accounts banned. And if you look at these email addresses, these are all his email addresses. So this little bitch, okay, he sits there, remember, calling us all rats, right, for saying the shit we do online about him.
It's like, do you guys realize that your whole life is based off of me? Oh, God, oh, God. Why do you want me to, be some rat telling stories about people? Have you guys noticed by now I don't do that? That's what you motherfuckers do. Talk about me, talk about this, talk about that. Rat, bullshit.
But when you look at this And what you're doing to shut people up to hide your own bullshit online? Who's the fucking rat now, you piece of shit? And now, the funniest one. Even though there's no direct proof connecting West to this incident that I'm gonna show you from...
Man, I swear. He literally has no arms. He's just shrunk up.
His other behavior, this allegedly could have happened. One account that I guess his reporting bullshit didn't work, right? You know what he tried to do to him? He tried to scare him. He had some bullshit account, right? Send this guy a message of a fake court document saying he's gonna sue him unless he takes shit down, but I looked into it, and that case number is a bunch of bullshit. So this asshole is trying every single thing he can to cover up his tracks and take people down. But the ironic, unless he takes shit down, but I looked into it, and that case...
Wesley Watson versus Trans West. Like I said, Trans West Watson has been literally destroying him, so...
Case number is a bunch of bullshit. So this asshole is trying every single thing he can to cover up his tracks and take people down. But the ironic shit about this is I'm in contact with all the lawyers that are involved in this case, right? In both cases. And they have a binder, actually not a binder no more, a folder full of all the videos this asshole had up, even the ones he took down. So all this shit he's doing is not gonna matter. And you know the funny thing, I'm gonna share the story with you. In court, right? Because it's going on right now, the civil case, and we can't give all the details about what's going on because it's ongoing, right? They played a video of me in the fucking court. So imagine that asshole's face when he saw my face on that screen. He probably had a heart attack, that piece of shit. And again, he calls us rats. But now I have all these reports from his email address, right? Reporting everybody else. So now let's see what happens to this little bitch in court, because again, all the details are coming.
How many fights in prison? I mean, in county prison, you can't really fight. But I mean, if, probably 7.
I mean, were you with the Aryan brothers, or just...
Why? Will you join prison?
They would never let you in the Aryan Brotherhood.
You're on G.
And they went up to you.
You're an Aryan brother. Yeah, you're part of Aryan brothers. You're able. Same you walk in, you're able. No one denies it. I mean, the thing is whites are here.
All right.
Southern
I'm Hispanic, so where would I go?
You'd be on my side.
Right.
You'd be chilling. You'd be chilling.
We be chilling.
No, you wouldn't be chilling. They would beat you up and put you on a belt loop or something.
And babe, can you do me a favor? You remember that white dress? The one that looks like Basic Instinct that I love so much, nice and tight on your leg? Can you wear that for me? Alright, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. And she don't know. But this? I'm gonna look like a monster tonight. She's not gonna be able to resist me from this shit. When I go out with the Charmuta, my muscles better be pumped before I go out. And I finally found the right product to do it. Click the link in the pinned comment and use my code for up to 15% off. Don't be...
Am I with the Air Brothers, the Sand people? No. I mean, I'm cool with them, I mean, a Sand in and your regular everyday in, we always get along. Let's see what we got.
I knew this was going to be one of the first questions because everyone's going crazy about it. You guys, I've been big. I've been small. I've been 265 and ripped. I got out of prison maybe at 195 or 205 and just sucked up, not full at all. Arms fucking small but no fat on me. I mean, to go from, with my physique and my genetics, I can go from where I'm at right now, like 220 to like 240 in a week and a half, and I haven't been full and jacked. The thing is it's not my focus. I was never a fitness guy. I was never a bodybuilder. You guys just think that. Everyone just sees in me what they want to see. I was always just living my life. And I'll always want to be ripped. I'll always want to have size. I'll always do what's right at the time. But you guys, the one thing you ever have to ask, the one thing you need to know, if anyone ever asks about your physique, if they care about you, if they're talking shit, they go like this. Hey, how do you feel? And if you say, I love it, they should say, me too. And if they say anything else, they're fucking hating. That's all you need to know. I knew this was going to be one of the...
You're partying. That's not true at all. The fact of the matter is, and here's the reason being, is because on every one of his videos, he's showing his muscles. Exactly, Ryan. He's backtracking. He's everything that he's practiced and preached. He's beginning to look like Jack Doherty and those Island Boys because he's no longer really training. He's not slimming down. He's partying. When you're partying, you're not working out. I mean, that's exactly what happens. Literally. Oh, boy. But, folks, get your questions in. If you want to make your donation, you can. Smash the like button. I am so tired. And I still got to shave too. But I will tell you right now, folks, I am not going anywhere tonight. Because I've been out all day. You know, it's been a while since we've heard from Johnny Somali.
This
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep really good. I had to go to bed early last night. But you know what? I'm probably gonna start going to bed at 11 o'clock. Wake up early, get my training done and over with. And then that way I can deal with the rest of the day. So yeah, I actually enjoyed waking up and going to bed a little bit earlier. I think that works a lot better for my system. Do you like the 19... Oh, that's standard fare for most families back in the day. We had to watch the Mac. I honestly preferred Let's Do It Again. And then there was good old Trouble Man. The original Mr. T, by the way. Ooh. But yeah, it's gonna get a lot worse for Wes. I mean, literally speaking, I already knew he was gonna go after the trans Wes Watson channel. And you know what? Trans Wes Watson is still up. There's nothing he can really do about it because it falls under parody, folks. You know, the funny thing is, people still try to do that. It's sort of like Brett, that dirty mouth son of a bitch, you know. I'm able to play certain clips without getting flagged there, Quick Pump. It always alert. I have the screen split to where it'll alert me when that actually happens. So I have a way of seeing it there. Yeah, well, they're going to approve me for more testosterone. Not much more, and I don't really need much more, but I definitely need more than 25 milligrams every week. Because I was already still reading bad. I mean, it's been at that starter dose for God knows how long. I rely on OBS, Chuck E. Cheese. Whenever I run Streamlabs, it uses up all my resources. But what I'm gonna do here with my computer, I'm gonna buy an i7 chip and I'm gonna install it in this computer. And then I'm gonna increase the amount of RAM that's in there. And that should take care of it. They're at 215. All because they've been screwing around. That's what you get when you try to do things the right way. I was almost close to going to a UG lab, basically. I watched 3 seasons of Bleach, Chuck E. Cheese. I've not watched it since. But I mean, I'm not going to buy a new computer. I'm going to upgrade it. I could put an i9 in there, but, you know, because it has a slim profile, you know, it's not going to fit the heatsink and fan. So it'll end up burning out, you know. So the i7 should do the trick. I'm doing some rotator cuff exercises while listening to the program. Oh, there you go. That's how you do it. Oh boy. Well, one good thing is that I did get paid today. Yep, got my check. Let's see how much money I cleared. It's gonna be pretty pathetic. Hold on a minute, folks. Hold on a minute. Let's see how much money the Great One made. Dun 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 dun! My check cleared for $1,070.31. That's how much I made this week, or for 2 weeks of work. And I'm not joking neither, folks. Now I can get a higher paying job, but you know, then I wouldn't be able to stream like I do. So. And then I would end up being so stressed out, so I can deal with cutting my expenses and stuff. Healing with the Great One. Shoulders have been fucked lately. Have been doing light. Well, you shouldn't even train them at all there for a while, raw foods. Just take a break from them. Give yourself about a week or two. Spend more time with your legs. And then come back to it, because here's the thing. A rotator cuff, that's a very sensitive body part, and when you hurt it, you don't really want to screw around with it. So, I mean, if it was something like the chest or biceps or anything, that's one thing, but rotator cuff, no. If you hurt your rotator cuff because it's a connection to every other workout that you possibly can do, take a break. Train your legs there or do cardio. Do something else in the meantime. Minutes a day. I'm just rocking an old i5 Lenovo ThinkPad. Yeah, all my computers are i5s. It's just the y'all know what time it is. Let's do it, folks. Enough of that, folks. I work around pec fly machine was the only exercise bothering shoulders, so I took a break from those and rely on old school form pad pec deck instead. Well, yeah, that would lock in the rotator cuff so you wouldn't have to really worry about those. You just don't want to really mess with the rotator cuff. You want to give it time to heal. I mean, I got a pretty powerful computer for an i5, but you have to remember I need a little bit more power to compensate for the fact that I don't have cable internet. See, if I had cable internet, oh, I could definitely use Streamlabs. It wouldn't be a problem at all. But it just uses way too much resources. That's why I need the i7. And I need to add more RAM. I've already changed out the video card too, so. I mean, but at the end of the day, the issue really is just the internet. But folks, 10 minutes left. Get your questions in. Make a donation you can. Smash the like button. And blue robes are really giving you. I just put on whatever I had, really. I got nothing washed. Have you noticed any pickle suited N-words? Not really. I don't even know what that is anyway. That is probably the oddest thing I've ever heard, but you just don't know these days what people come up with in their heads. I mean, what is a pickle suit anyway? It's called a beard. See, when you don't shave, you get a beard. It actually now looks better now that I use a regular razor, a safety razor, as opposed to a Mach 3. So it actually grows in a lot better. Naturally speaking, I can actually grow it out. But I just like being smooth. Quick Pump with a $2 donation.
Thanks for the ments, Vince. What a day you've had.
Yes, I've indeed had the day. And I am super tired, but, you know, like I said before, the show must go on. I got to bring the funny. I got to bring the attainment, the mints. I'm very particular on my schedule. I don't like starting at 7. You know, but I don't want to cancel the show. But I will tell you, folks, I am real tired. Vince, would you purchase the infamous pink Blackstone lab suit if it was on sale at eBay? I don't even know what that is. I mean, I still got a lot of Blackstone swag from back in the day. I mean, I still got like at least 5 or 6 Blackstone Labs shirts, which I don't wear. I need to actually donate those to Goodwill or something. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna wear any Blackstone Labs equipment. I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing no Redcon. I'm not wearing anything. I still use the Redcon 1 Total War, but I may switch to John Bravo stuff that he has, the expanded pumps, because that's also non-stimulating too. See, I have to use a non-stimulant pre-workout. But I want to look like a monster too. She won't be able to resist me, the great one. Or he won't be able to resist me. Yeah, no Blackstone, no Redcon, and no Dubs. The thing about it is I've been using Total War for last time, but I am going to switch that up. I mean, I was, and there's nothing wrong with switching. I mean, I used Hugo Boss cologne for 20 years, and then I felt kind of bad because, Hugo Boss is associated with the Nazis and stuff, which is why I moved to another German cologne, Karl Lagerfeld. But yeah, I can no longer wear a cologne that's associated with Nazism. I mean, like I said, I will make the jokes sometimes whenever it's convenient, like the German measles one, but I got plenty of Jewish friends. I don't want to piss them off. Well, yeah, because I drink a lot of coffee, Ryan. If I had a pre-workout with even more caffeine, oh, I would be yonked. So that's why I use a non-stimulant pre-workout, is simply because I enjoy drinking coffee. And if I was going to use a regular pre-workout, I would have to stop drinking coffee. Nah, I mean. Gotta be smart about those supplements, that's for sure. But we got 3 minutes left. Raw Bandit, no money pull aparts. I'm definitely not a CEO right now. Like I said, business is bad. I had to drop another $300. I finally pulled the trigger and I hired Digital Hub to get the Vans medical site from being unsuspended from Google. And I'll be honest with you, I should have done that a long time ago. I can't believe just how cheap I was, but I went ahead and did it again. And I also did it for the Moon Mystic site, so they said they're going to get it fixed, which I trust them to do so. And then we will... It's kind of weird. I'm kind of weirded out because I just simply don't know how this website is going to perform. I know how the Vans Medical is going to perform. It's going to perform great. Simply because it takes financing. And I need to put that pop-up there to where financing is available. Oh, you have a minty vid for tomorrow? Sweet. I look forward to it. But folks, it is now 8:00 p.m. And that is the end of Happy Hour. I do want to thank my man, Quick Pump, for donating. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Y'all know what happens tomorrow. I'll be well rested and ready for the midnight run. So, I'm going to see if my dryer's finished with my sheets and then take a shower and shave. But I'm out of here, folks, and as always, peace and soul.